Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. We are here live today. Thank you for joining me. Here to talk about transfers. First of all, some really sad news that broke this morning about Paul Mariner, ex-Arsenal player, who sadly passed away today, aged only 68. Really, really sad news. He was a real legend, playing at Ipswich as well, where he won the UEFA Cup and FA Cup, England International as well. So really, really sad news. And to the family of Paul Mariner, we send our condolences and we hope that he rests in peace. Really, really sad news. Also, some other news just before I get into the transfers. You would have heard about it yesterday. The guys were talking about it yesterday evening on the News Daily show that Arsenal have decided to do the All or Nothing series, which goes out on Amazon Prime. They've done it before on Man City behind the scenes. They've done behind the scenes on Tottenham. Now they're doing Arsenal, right? And a bit of a surprise to everyone. Back in the day, Arsenal would never have done anything like this. I just get the feeling because no Champions League football, they're reportedly getting about £10 million for doing it. So, you know, you can see why they've decided to do that, to earn a bit of extra cash. And it'd be interesting to see what goes on behind the scenes, although you can liken it to like a reality thing, but with lots of edits. Right, so they'll make sure that we'll only see the bits that we want them to see. But listen, it'll be fascinating to see what happens with that. But good news this morning. Let's start with some good news. Arsenal have made a signing. Nuno Taveres officially joined Arsenal. It was announced this morning that he is an Arsenal player. Signed for reportedly £8.5 million in a reported 5-year deal. Nuno Tavares joins from the Portuguese club Benfica. When asked what he'll bring to Arsenal, these are his quotes. He says, "I'm fast. I'm good at shooting with my right foot, but I'm left-footed. I can dribble, improvising. That's my qualities, my technique. I have more qualities and I will find more for this club. I'm so excited because it's a big club. And for me as a young guy, it's a pleasure to be here." So that is Arsenal's first signing of the summer is Nuno Tavares has officially joined. And of course, he will mainly be a backup to Kieran. Well, not just backup, I guess, you know, offer proper competition to Kieran Tierney as well. You've got to keep every player on his toes. He's a young player. He's a good player. Played against us in the Europa League. So let's see what he can bring to the team and how he can develop and if he can become better. Soon to be joined by another signing. I spoke about this yesterday. Sambi Lakonga. Expect this one, if it doesn't get announced this weekend, to be announced maybe Monday, just after the Euros are finished, because as I was saying yesterday, they're trying to get these players in because pre-season starts on Tuesday with a game at Hibernian. So maybe, you know, Sambi Lakonga and Nuno Tavares may feature in that, but they want to get them in as early as possible, get them in doing pre-season, particularly as they're young players. But Sambi Lakonga reportedly did his medical yesterday and will be the next player that will be announced as an Arsenal player. And my God, we need some signings. Right, so positive news on signings, not your big marquee signings that we all want to see. It's not a James Maddison or nothing like that, but it's positive. Now, what about Houssem Aouar? That's another player who's continually being linked with Arsenal. Lots of varying reports about him today that Arsenal are trying their hardest to sign him. There were even reports flying around yesterday that he was rumored, or his agent was rumored to be in London with his brother for negotiations with Arsenal. That turned out to be false. Houssem Aouar himself saying that it wasn't even his brother, it's a friend of his, right? So, you know, lots of rumors circulating around. We're also hearing today that Spurs want to sign him as well. They're interested in signing Houssem Aouar as well and ready to rival Arsenal in any bid that Arsenal may put him for Houssem Aouar. I mean, I was reading also that, you know, the Arsenal board are very angry with how Leon handled negotiations last season. We know that at that time he was the #1 target for Arsenal. They didn't end up getting him. It was back and forth, etc., etc. What will happen with him? We're going to have to wait and see. Check out the interview I did over on the Don Robbie channel with Fabrizio Romano. He was speaking about Houssem Aouar, and he's saying basically that, you know, last season he basically wanted to play Champions League football. That was kind of one of the reasons why he didn't end up at Arsenal. Not playing Champions League football with Leon this season. A move is possible this year. And a lot cheaper than it would have been last year. But will Arsenal be able to get it done? And as I said, it looks like they're going to have rivals for his signature. So any move that they make for him is going to have to be done very quickly indeed. Arsenal also said to be eyeing Isco. He's turning into being another one of those players that season after season after season, his name is mentioned. Well, it's mentioned again today. He's 28 now, Isco. Didn't make the Spanish squad. That's quite significant. You know, a guy that's always been quite a regular in the Spanish squad did not make the Spain squad for the Euros. As a matter of fact, no Real Madrid player made it, which was crazy, but they still got to the semi-finals. Arsenal said to be monitoring his situation. Again, Arsenal and Tottenham both looking at Isco. He's only got 12 months left on his current deal with Real Madrid. And he's said to be set to have talks with Carlo Ancelotti to decide what is going to happen with his future. Now, Real Madrid reportedly would be very willing to sell Isco. His current valuation is around about £16 million. But has the boat sailed on Isco? Listen, I think Isco, I was calling for him maybe last year. I think the boat sailed on it now. I think you need a young, hungrier player in that position. I'd rather favour Aouar. We definitely need a creative player. But Isco is one of the players that Arsenal are looking at. As I said, they do face competition. Tottenham are looking at him. Everton apparently looking at him as well. So let's see how that one develops out. But won't be a mega amount of money as well, as I said, because, you know, 12 months left on his deal. So will Arsenal move in for him? Some positive news as well on Emile Smith-Rowe. He's said to be set to sign a new contract, a new long-term contract at Arsenal that will keep him at the club for a very long time. We know that Aston Villa have been hovering, and you know, we heard that they've been putting in a couple of bids, set to put another bid in. But Emile Smith-Rowe, it does look positive. It does look like he will be staying at Arsenal. And also congratulations going out to Arthur Akwanku, who signed a new contract with Arsenal yesterday and has been promoted to the first team. The goalkeeper has done really, really well. He's worked his socks off. He's been at Arsenal since he's a kid. And it's so great to see a kid like that come through the ranks and be in the first team setup for next season. So congratulations going out to him. Maybe he might be the sort of guy who comes in and sort of replaces Runarsson when Runarsson finally leaves. Runarsson set for a loan to go out to Turkey. So congratulations going out to him. Let's get into some of your comments and find out how you guys are feeling about things. Benny says, Isco is 28, guys. How is he finished? I think there's been quite a few people in the comments saying, you know, Isco finished. Definitely not finished. Benny. Is he past his peak, though? I think, you know, I don't think he's finished. I think he's definitely a player that could go somewhere and could, you know, could do something. But is he past his peak? We need players now that are young, hungry, or if they're not, you know, if they are of a certain age, they're still that hungry type of player. Does Isco give you that you know, sort of vibe that he'd come and be really, you know, I'm talking over the period of a season, or does he give you that vibe that he'd come and he'd be good in flashes? That's the vibe I get, if I'm being honest. Francesco says, no, not Isco. It's Willian. It's the next Willian. Please, no. Right? Whereas Issy says, buy Isco. So Ram says, no Isco. Right? So Issy says, Isco, get him. So, you know, he's varying. It's varying out there from you guys as to what you want. Tigrashmar said we should have signed Mata on a free. Well, I think he signed a new deal with Man United, but again, no. You know what? Yash, you're right. We need Maddison. I want Arsenal to go all out this season and get a player that's really going to improve this team. Somebody like a Maddison would be brilliant. But I'm just like, no, that's, please, can we get the right players that we need? Let's get some more comments from you guys. Aban says, we can't blame us signing non-world-class players and not playing in Europe. We always been like this when we was always playing in the Champions League. Sanchez, Ozil, Aubameyang were exceptions. Bartek says, Isco is just a squad player. He passed his prime time. He can occasionally help, but not long-term. No need for him. Prem Chai says, any thoughts on Camavinga? Well, Camavinga in talks at the moment with Manchester United. Talking to Fabrizio Romano yesterday over on the Don Robbie channel, he said that no hope of Arsenal getting Camavinga, which is really disappointing to hear because I do feel Camavinga would be just the type of signing Arsenal need, but no Champions League football. That's just making us just completely miss out on those type of players. G-Tesh says, I'm glad we didn't sign Bertrand. Too many times we signed old players with no resale value, i.e. Louise and Socrates. Good point there, G-Tesh. It is a change of tact here for Arsenal. We've seen Arsenal, go and get older players for those positions, Cedric, David Luiz. It's a long list of them. This time, as the backup, they've gone and bought in Nuno Tavares, who's a youngster, 21. Haven't had to pay a lot of money for him. He's a prospect, that hopefully will get better and better and, would have a resale value if it happened that he ended up being moved on. So I think you're very right there. I'm glad that they've done that as well. Ryan says, if Aouar is available for half the price, then half the price that was being mentioned last year, we need to do that deal as soon as possible. Play everywhere and young Champions League experience. Of course, Aouar, yeah, it is. It's like last year it was like 50 million. Now it's 25 to 30 million. You get him. Price has dropped right down. Finley says, why is Hector Bellerin still at the club, Robbie? Well, it's because we haven't sold him. There's a lot of rumours linking him with a move away. Inter Milan are said to be really interested in him. Arsenal may be willing to loan him, but they want to, something written into the deal where there's an option to buy at the end. Of course, we know that Inter Milan need a right wing back after they sold Hakimi. Contract mentor team says, will the all or nothing 10 million be added to next season's transfer budget? Well, what do you think? Scott Davis says, Tavares, Lakonga, Aouar, White, and 3 more signings is a great window. Well, Lakonga and Tavares are going to come in. I think White is going to happen. But who else are we going to get? Any thoughts on Jeremy Doku? Says Akash. Very good player. Looked good in the Euros. Not what we need right now. Les Brown says, any news on Ben White? All the vibes coming out of Arsenal is that they think they're going to get their man. They think that they will get Ben White. They think they will get that signing done. So we're not going to see anything until, positive on that until after the finals tomorrow. So expect to hear more on that next week. Kevin Jones says, would you take Verratti at Arsenal? Of course I'd take Verratti at Arsenal. He's a quality player. And any quality player I would love to see come in at Arsenal. So yes. Vishal says we should get Basuma and play him as a number 6. Partey can be pushed up as a number 8. And then we get Maddison and Aouar at a 10 sorted. It sounds easy. Well, to us anyway. Sabotage TV says, get Sanchez. I think he means Renato Sanchez. 30 million is a steal. Apparently he's in talks. Who's in talks with him? Liverpool. Liverpool said to be the front runners to sign him. Again, I think that would be a great signing. It's Boy 99 says, if we're not careful, we will get humiliated on Amazon Prime. Well, yeah, you know, I think, you know, those things are very well managed, if I could put it like that. Bradley says, assuming White, Lakonga are also complete, just waiting for final details. I'd love to see Locatelli, Basuma, or Stroke Basuma, and Aouar in the club before August. Again, the Locatelli thing, it looks like Locatelli would like to join Juventus. However, have Juventus got the money to get that deal done? Sassuolo, his club that he plays for, they want money. Are Juventus going to pay that? If not, they'll be open to an Arsenal move. We're going to have to be patient on that one and see how that works out. But the player, Locatelli, does want to join Juventus. Could we then move for Basuma a while before August? Would be good windows. I want them to be in early as well. Malcolm says, you all just need to be patient and judge at the end of the window. Well, you're right. And we will judge it at the end of the window. I do think this year, though, Malcolm, we've got to get signings in early doors, because we've got a very tough start to the season. Mark T says, can we get Martinez back? Can't believe we sold him, and now he's the number one. Now he's number one of the best keepers in the Premier League. No disrespect to Leno, but Martinez will play ahead of Leno. Well, if you watched this week's All Guns Blazing podcast, we discussed that a lot. I think we made a big mistake on Martinez. Is turning out to, if we're looking to move Leno out, that for me is an admission that we made a big mistake on Martinez, who also would have been classed as a homegrown player. The fact that he's been at Arsenal so long. Kanema says, what about Calvin Phillips at Leeds? He's not leaving. He's already said he's staying. A great player, but no chance. Faisal says, why is there no talk about a right back? To be fair, I can't think of any decent right backs available. Please don't tell me we're sticking with Bellerin. We might. Is what, you know, we might stick with Bellerin. You know, we'll see. Gurav says, unpopular opinion, which I like to discuss unpopular opinions, because you don't always have to agree with what everybody else is saying. And this is what AFTV is all about. We give you a chance to have your say. He says, Saliba situation, maybe not Arteta's fault. Saliba wants to play in France right now. Maybe that is what Saliba requested to Arsenal, and they complied. Just saying. Could be. You don't know. I don't know. All we do know is that in the past, Saliba says he really wants to play at Arsenal. So, you know, that is it. Delatsu says, what's happening to Locatelli? I kind of just explained that. It's a waiting game by Arsenal. Basically waiting to see what happens between him and Juventus. If Juventus don't get him, then Arsenal could make their move. B. Murray says, we should sign Ben White, Maddison, Locatelli, and a young pacey striker, and maybe Aouar. That's a lot to sign. No right back in it. I think personally, when I think about it, I think I'll take the players out for a minute. I'll tell you the players, the positions. We needed cover at left back for Kieran Tierney. We've got that. So well done for that. We need a defensive midfielder. We brought in Lakonga, but from what I can see of Lakonga, he's a prospect. He's not going to be your guy that's going to walk straight into that position. So we need a DM, defensive midfielder. We need an attacking midfielder, right? And we need a right back. I think now that we've got the left back up, those are the three priority positions as far as I'm concerned. I'm not the manager. That's just my opinion. So if Arsenal went out there and bought Locatelli or Basuma, like that guy said, a right back, I'd love a dynamic right back like a Lamptey or somebody like that. And if they bought a creative midfielder like a James Maddison, maybe an Aouar, but I think Maddison's more creative. That's a great window for me when you consider where we are at the moment. But we'll see. Pez20 says he's good, but he came to back up on the bench because Tierney is on the field. We need 11 strengthening on the field. Like midfield, I think we need to spend much. We need to spend much on the bench. A good bench is very important, Pez20, right? Because you can see in the Euros at the moment with England, for instance, look at the quality they're able to bring off the bench. That is what makes them so dangerous. So a good bench is very, very important. And we need a backup. If Kieran Tierney's out for 4 or 5 games, we don't want to have Granit Xhaka going into that position and basically just, he did his best. He helped out, but he's not going to get up and down the wing, is he? You're not replicating what's missing. So I think that the signing of Tavares is a very good signing. Franklin says, big up to Robbie. Where would you deploy Houssem Aouar? Do you reckon we'll get him? Possibility we could get him. Where would we deploy him? That is an interesting thing. I guess in that number 10 position, but he's not really super creative. He's very similar to Smith Rowe, really, and he can play deep as well. So, and then what happens with Willock as well? So, Keandra L says you may wonder why Aouar dropped so dramatically because he's had a poor season with no attitude. I think he had injuries last season as well. You've got to take that into account. Did have a lot of injuries last season, Houssem Aouar, that affected him. Could have been affected by the fact that he was kind of, linked with so many moves and that, and it didn't happen. Mark T says, if Bellerin stays, I still think I'd rather Chambers ahead of him. More physical and can actually cross a ball. Why not go in for Max Aarons? Be a great signing. PG says, is Lakonga attacking or defensive? Does anyone know? Well, he's defensive, more of a defensive midfielder, deep line. Gazman says, if Arsenal want to be top 4, they need to buy Premier League players like Maddison, Ruben Neves, or Basuma. I would also like JWP. Ruben Neves is another one that Arsenal are looking at. So, you never know how that one turns out. Gunners Forever says, from India, been a fan since 2001. The board of directors don't care about fans or trophies. I'll be an Arsenal fan till I die, and I hope Arsenal can bring me some happiness and no more sorrows. Well, we can't promise that, bro. Listen, let's hope. Let's be positive. Abhinav says, Aouar, Maddison, Basuma, right back, and a homegrown goalkeeper would be a very good window. Yes. Getting into some more comments here. This is one I'm trying to find. A super chat. Let's get it up there. IA says, I don't think we should be worried about signings yet. Apart from Sancho, which took 2 years, there's been hasn't been much activity. I think we'll see more action after the Euros and Copa America. You're spot on there, IA. You are going to see a lot of activity now because pre-season's starting. Remember, it's weird because, it's been crazy season because you've had a full-on season, then straight away the Euros. Now it's pre-season, So those players coming back from the Euros, they need their holiday. So it's going to be a bit of a weird... But we, at Arsenal, got to get business done early because we are in desperate need. But the points you make there are right. The shooting player 05 says, please stop talking about England. They haven't played any good team apart from Germany so far. Oh, gosh, yeah. What about Denmark? Weren't they any good? What about Czech Republic? Didn't they knock out top teams? Listen, stop trying to disrespect their achievement. England have done brilliantly in these Euros and have a chance of winning it. Can't we just say, oh, let's hope England win it? And if they win it, congratulate them. Because, when Portugal won it or the last Euros, they didn't play great football, but they won it. You think they care? I just hope they go out there and win it tomorrow. And yeah, they haven't lit it up with football, but they're playing tournament football. And to win tournaments, you've got to keep clean sheets. You've got to have solid defenses. And, and they've scored a fair few goals, England. So, 2 in the last game, 4 in the game before that. So what's the problem? Jared says, big up from Montrose, Australia. Shout out to the Mountain Men. Is that young fella, Akwanku, our backup keeper? Well, I think he's going to, I don't know if he's going to be number 2. I don't think he's been number 2, but he's going to be in and around there. He's going to be, you know, that, I think, sort of third stroke second keeper. He could get his chance. So, you know, I'm just happy for him, man. He's come through the ranks. Big him up. Great signing. Calvin saying, hi, Robbie. People underestimating Ruben Neves. No one cared about Wijnaldum moving from Newcastle. Ruben Neves is Premier League proven, as Wijnaldum was. Very, very good point, Calvin. I think Ruben Neves is a very good player. I rate him. I think that'd be a good signing. David says Ruben Neves is a great player. I'd be delighted to see him signed. Me too. I'd be happy with that signing. I really would. Aaron's over Lamptey, says Jitesh. Any day, Aaron's would be very expensive. I think that's why a lot of teams at the moment are kind of swerving that a little bit. Asher says Aouar played behind the number 10 last season. Great numbers in that position. He is the assist to the assist. Him and Maddison would be immense and very expensive. More than the all or nothing money. Alex Ross says, why can't we sign Varane? The fact of the matter is, the reality of the matter is, Alex, is that we do not have any European football this season. Somebody like Rafael Varane, who's used to playing in the Champions League year in, year out, is not going to go to a team, number one, that's, you know, a bit down in the dumps at the moment, but a team that has got no Champions League football. It's not going to happen. He wants to go and play in the Champions League. Cosmic Plonka, that name, he says, still don't understand the Ramsdale thing. Ryan and Onana are only 10 million. I think Ryan's free. I don't understand the Ramsdale thing. There's been a lot of talk of the fact that he'd be a homegrown player, you know, but even homegrown, I don't really rate him, to be honest. That's just my opinion. Damsgaard looked good, says Jin. He did. Damsgaard looked very good. Lots of teams hovering for him. They don't want to sell him. They're saying they say he's not for sale. But he's looked very good. I think he's at Sampdoria, isn't it? They're going to have to do very well to hold on to him. Chloe Louise Griffith says, Robbie of England win the Euros. Should Southgate be on the new £50 note? Yeah, why not? Put him on there, man. Big him up. Right? King Smiley says, why can't we get Sabitzer? I don't know. He'd be a good signing. Ramirez says, need first team midfielders. Locatelli, Neves, Basuma, and Maddison. And let's get a last few. Egan. Oh, is it Ogun? I hope I pronounced it right. O'Connor says, hey, Robbie, just wanted to say that we're very grateful for all the work recently across your various channels, helping us to keep up to date with all the things Arsenal. Thanks again from Ireland. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. It's been a marathon over on the Don Robbie channel doing all the Euro games. Tomorrow's game will be the 51st watch along that we've done, 51. And I've got to big up all the team over there that's helped to put that together, and all the various influencers who support lots of different clubs that have come together to make that so special. That's been brilliant. And make sure you watch that watch along over there tomorrow. It's going to be brilliant. We've got like a barbecue going on before, and it's going to be brilliant. Make sure you check that out. And also here on AFTV, we've been keeping you across all of the, you know, transfer news. I know it's been a bit difficult because, you know, there's not been loads and loads of transfer news with the Euros going on. I think things are really going to start hotting up now, though, and expect lots of more movement over the next few weeks as, you know, we start to close in on the start of the new season. Season starts mid-August. That's what, just over a month away. So crazy. Oh, I missed that one. Sorry. Oh, I was trying to get this guy says Thomas Souček of West Ham. Let's bring him in. Good player. Tackle taken slowly. Pickford says Neves is a brilliant player, but Basuma complements Partey better. I think I agree with that. Falcon says, do you think Ben White could be a right back, or we play three at the back because Arteta wants to play out from the back? Big up from Australia. I hope England can bring it home and come on the Arsenal. Yes, of course. The whole Ben White thing is that he's excellent at bringing the ball out from the back, and we know, especially now that we've lost David Luiz, who was very good at taking the ball out from the back, finding passes. We really lack that now that David Luiz is gone. And Ben White will be that guy who will do that. That's why he's being brought in. I have no doubt on that. This is a good one. Vibes says, Robbie, who you got today, Argentina or Brazil? That's a good one because it's being played in Brazil. I think I'm going to go for Argentina. Messi's never won that big one, has he? With Argentina. And I think this could be his day. I'd like to see, even though he doesn't play for us no more, but Emi Martinez, I just love his story. The fact that he was at Arsenal for so long, got a start, went on, won the FA Cup with us, did so well. It's gone on to Villa, has done well, and now on the verge of winning the Copa America with Argentina. I think I'd love to see that happen for him. So I'd like to see Argentina win it and then England win tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to go Argentina, England. But you know what? Wow. Two heavyweight finals, isn't it? Italy, England, Argentina, Brazil. It's like, wow, those are heavyweight finals and really hard to call. MacArthur C. Phillips says we should bring Nathan Trott from West Ham. Don't know much about him, but he's pushing him forward. And Walid says Arsenal should go for Llorente from Athletic. He's the definition of a versatile baller. Played as a right back, CM and RM, also deployed at CF at various times. All right, he can play every goalkeeper as well. And this guy says, how about Sal Niguez? Liverpool and Chelsea are looking at him, 26, only 40 million with all that experience. Great player, but again, no Champions League. And Shuja says, what's happening with Xhaka? Got silent there, innit? Is Roma still interested? Yes, they are still very, very interested. I still think that's going to happen. I think that's another one of those ones we're going to find out a lot more about over the next couple of weeks. So, thanks for watching the show today. We've been live here. We're going to be back tomorrow. Of course, the big one tomorrow as well. England in that final against Italy. Massive day over here in the UK. And as I said, a signing announced today. Welcome to the club, Nuno Tavares. Hopefully, it's going to be a great signing. And also looking forward to the signing of Sambi Lakonga, and looking forward to many more. Let's hope we're doing a welcome Maddison or welcome Basuma, you know what I mean? Because we definitely need to welcome in some big signings. Thanks for watching the show. Let me just get this quick super chat in before we go. Garang says, why Arsenal mark around when it comes to the transfer window? I think this means muck around. I don't know. Maybe they'll tell us the reasons why on that All or Nothing documentary. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.